Question: is Equity urgently on the case, looking after the interests of its members, engaged at the English National Opera, the E.N.O?
Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chuggabatties. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel Cecil, responding as I invariably do to your comments, questions and observations sent in to moi. Giving rise to this question this particular time: is Equity urgently on the case, looking after the interests of its members, engaged at the E.N.O, the English National Opera? Now, some may be wondering why that question and why now. It's because some of my viewers over the weekend have seen social media postings and press media which gave rise to great cause for concern. Hilary, we have one of the headlines here, don't we? Thank you, Hilary. Singers at the English National Opera are sacked halfway through a performance of The Handmaid's Tale in a move branded cruel, wicked and thoughtless. Apparently that happened last Thursday. Imagine being sacked halfway through a performance of The Handmaid's Tale. No wonder some are calling the E.N.O management cruel, wicked and thoughtless. But are those articles correct? Is it exaggeration by the media? Is it exaggeration on social media? And so my fair-minded, equitable friends are saying, Nigel, have we any update? Will Equity be giving an update? And when one looks at the history, the fact that there were the Arts Council cuts that dramatically affected how the E.N.O could operate, and then following that there was a campaign to stop the cuts, and then a call for industrial action, which was overwhelmingly carried by all the trade unions, I understand, engaged at the E.N.O. But then there were discussions. And that led, because the industrial action was due to start on the 1st of February, but that led to an announcement from the E.N.O. And at the same time, in conjunction, there was one by Equity. And the E.N.O. one read, Hilary, please put it on the screen. We are pleased to confirm that following constructive conversations with both Equity and the Musicians' Union, the proposed industrial action has been suspended, and the opening night of The Handmaid's Tale on the 1st of February will go ahead as planned. Now, that all sounds extremely promising. An Equity statement echoed those sentiments. We are pleased to announce that Equity has reached an interim settlement with the English National Opera for the chorus. Although this does not mark the absolute end of negotiations, we are confident that constructive talks can lead to a full resolution in the coming weeks. Well, what do those social media postings and press have to say about that? When you read headlines like that, no wonder my fair-minded, equitable friends are concerned, because showbiz is a family. Everyone empathises with everyone else, all professionals together. Tragedy, comedy. So when one reads headlines like I have read out, naturally everyone is extremely worried and looking to information from Equity to explain or counter those headlines. Indeed, is the information correct? Because I've noticed that some of the articles say sacked, and then others go on to say redundant, and redundancy notices and being dismissed are not the same thing. So it may be, and I just sort of waffle on a little bit trying to find a solution, and I apologise for that, but it may be that redundancy notices are part of the negotiations that are going on. But even so, to receive them halfway through a performance is, well, cruel, thoughtless, wicked, and any other description you care to give to it. It's just not acceptable. It really isn't, and I don't mind putting forward my opinion about that. So all we can say on this video is, please, Equity, have you got some update to reassure all members that you are urgently on the case? Please, everyone knows you can't disclose negotiations, but may my fair-minded equitable friends have some reassurance that the interests of those engaged at the E.N.O are being actively and urgently looked after by Equity, because those headlines, being sacked, dismissed, made redundant, whatever it is, halfway through a performance, is definitely not acceptable. So Equity, may somebody answer the question, because there's no obvious answer on Equity's website. Is Equity urgently on the case, looking after the interests of its members engaged at the E.N.O, the English National Opera? Thank you.